Hello men and gentle ladies, and welcome back to Surviving the Whiteout, where in today's video we are going to be talking about the Lantern of Blessings event. Now this particular event comes around once a year, and I do have to say this game does a good job of celebrating various different cultures and celebrations and holidays. I say it does a good job, it's all about monetization at the end of the day, but you get my point. So as I said, this particular event comes around once a year. It's the second time that I have experienced this particular event in this game, but I think they've made it slightly easier than last time to get the maximum amount of rewards and be able to do your daily tasks a little bit easier, which is always good. Now, the interesting thing about this particular event is that it lasts 30 days. So most events you will see last 2-3 days, sometimes maybe a week, but certainly none last this long. But it's important to make the most out of this event because every single day you're able to get certain rewards by completing fairly easy daily tasks. So you'll see at the top of the page there are 3 different tabs for this particular event, and we'll go through each individual tab and talk about why each one is important, what to focus on each page, and what each one gives you. Now you'll see that there is a big button at the bottom that says free, and it's above a counter that currently says 0 out of 30. Now the reason for this is that during this event every single day you are supposed to light 30 different lanterns, and by doing that you get rewards. And there are certain things you need to do to be able to get those lanterns, but this event gives you one free every single day. So if we now go and press that free button now, it tells you what you get. We got 5 generosity emblems and we got 5 stellar points. Now these 2 particular items or currencies, depending on how you want to look at it, are used for the other 2 pages. So for the stellar points, they are used on the second page, which we will get to shortly. And for the generosity emblems, they are used on the final page, which is the shop, which again, we will get to very soon. So if we now click off of this, you will notice that the bottom now says 1 out of 30, and it gives us an option now above it to light 1 lantern or to light 10 at a time. And if you look at the top right of the event, or just towards the top right, I wish I could point it, but my hand gets blocked off before I get there, but it says that I currently have 44 lanterns. So I have enough to be able to light the 34 today and have some left over, which we will now do. So I'll light 10 at a time. And you'll see that once again, it gives you a number of different rewards. Sometimes we're getting a few extra of the generosity emblems and some of the extra stars. It's because, like most events, anytime you open something, there's a chance that you're going to get more. So we've got one there that has times 10, one that has times 5. It's all luck based. So, you know, you hope for the best and hope that you get the most that you can. But there's no way of making sure that you get more. Just open as many as you can and hope for the best. So we'll open another 10. And again, you'll see some of them are times 10, some of them are times 3, which is absolutely fine. And despite the fact we only need 9 left, because I've got so much more than 9, I'm just going to hit 10 again, which will take us to our maximum points. Now, every single day you want to make sure that you open 30 lanterns or use 30 lanterns so that you can get that reward in the bottom right. And we will touch on what that reward is in just a second. But before we do that, let's take a look at where we get those lanterns, or how we are rewarded with those lanterns. And just below where it says that I currently have 14 lanterns left, you will see a button that says Crescent Enlightenment. And we are going to go there and look at our daily tasks. So these are the things that we are asked to complete every single day. So for completing these daily tasks, you get 5 lanterns per task that you complete, alongside other rewards, which are always nice to get. And the good news about these tasks is that they're incredibly easy to do. They're things that you're probably going to be doing passively throughout the day anyway. And the things that you've got to complete each day is defeating 5 beasts, completing 5 intel missions, and defeating 3 polar terrors. Again, these things are all easy and they're all things you're going to be doing anyway, so you don't actually have to go out of your way in order to get the most out of this particular event. And especially the polar terrors and the intel missions, if you are using Gina, which if you aren't, I'll leave a video in the end screen explaining why Gina is particularly important for intel missions and polar terrors. But if you are using her, then these tasks become much, much easier to complete every single day. And the other 2 tasks that you need to do every single day is raising the troop power by 30,000 points, which you probably do every single day anyway. And then the final thing is just simply logging in. So just by logging into the game every single day, you immediately just get 5 lanterns as long as you claim it. Now, I haven't claimed any of my rewards now, just so I can show you what it looks like. But I can now go through and claim all of my lanterns. Now, by claiming all of these, you actually end up getting 40 lanterns a day, which is more than enough to actually claim your 30. It just gives you a few extra, so you can see now in the top that I now have 54, which is more than enough to complete tomorrow's, even though tomorrow I'm going to get 40 anyway. So getting to that 30 bar at the bottom and getting that reward every single day is incredibly easy. You're going to be doing it passively anyway. It's just making sure that you come onto the event and click claim when you have completed those particular tasks. So if we now click in the bottom right to see what reward we get for getting those 30, it's just a general mythic shard. And on its own, this isn't game changing. It's only one general mythic hero shard. But if you do the event every single day and take advantage of those 30 lanterns and lighting them every single day, then that's 30 general mythic hero shards that you wouldn't have had otherwise, that you're getting completely free just by taking advantage of this event and playing it properly. Now, the final thing to look at on this page is under the Crescent Enlightenment button, and that is Ali's Blessing. Now, this one is very simple. So every time somebody uses their 30 lanterns a day and claims their rewards, then a blessing gets added to Ali's Blessing for every player that has done that. So you'll see that it currently says claimed today is at 0 out of 20. So that means that every single day you can benefit from up to 20 other Alliance members completing their daily missions, or even yours, which you can see mine at the top there. So essentially, you taking this event seriously and everyone else in the Alliance taking this event seriously and completing their rewards means that you not only benefit yourself, but you end up benefiting from them doing their tasks as well. And if we hit claim all, you'll just see the extra rewards we get. So by doing that, we get an extra 40 of these generosity emblems, which we can then use on the final page of this event in the shop. And the important thing to remember about everything that we've spoken about so far, from completing your daily missions to lighting the 30 lanterns to claiming your milestone reward and then opening the 20 rewards in Ali's Blessing, is all of this is done without spending a single penny in this game. So far in this event, we're getting the most that we can out of it without spending anything. So you don't have to spend anything in this event if you don't want. It's just about making sure you take advantage of all the rewards you get from doing those simple tasks. But speaking of spending money, let's take a look at the second page of this event. Now, the second page, or the second tab of this event, is the Starlit Journey. Now, this is effectively your standard battle pass, which we get for all events in the game. So you would have seen something that looks very, very similar to this. Now, the first column on the left is the free pass, which we all have access to. So whatever level you get down to with the amount of stars that you get, you're going to be able to get those rewards for free. Now, the middle tier costs £4.99, or at least it does for me. It will depend on your country and the currency that you use, but for me it's $4.99, and the final tier is $19.99. Now, you'll remember when we used the lanterns, we got two rewards. We got the generosity emblems and then the stars. Now, the stars are what give you the rewards down the left. So the more stars you get, the more you're going to get towards the bottom of the battle pass and gain all of those rewards. If you do your daily tasks, you're going to get all those rewards. Like, we've had this now for 5 days. We're 5 days into a 30-day event, and I'm already at level 18 out of 20. So you're going to get these over time. So don't worry too much if you accidentally miss a day. You're going to make it to the end, no question. And then even after that, once you reach level 20, as it says at the bottom, you will continually get rewards anyway. So effectively, when you get to what would have been level 21, level 22, you'll continuously get rewards. You won't get the same ones, but if you click on the bottom at the bottom, it tells you that you will get 100 gems and 1 hour of speed up for every extra level that you would have got. So if you are a spender in the game, or you just like the look of the rewards in either of the tiers, go ahead and snap them up. It's going to set you back £25, $25, depending on where you live or your currency. But for me personally, I have just gone for the $4.99 tier. Now, the higher tier does offer some great rewards. There are a lot of good things in there, but they're mostly things that I can get in other areas of the game. So they offer XP, they offer speed ups, they offer essence stones, and there are other parts of the game that I'm more likely to be able to get them from. Now, although we can get most of these things in other shops and other places, there is one thing in the $19.99 tier that we cannot get elsewhere, and that is the nameplate. Now, the nameplate is purely cosmetic. It doesn't give you any boosts. It doesn't give you any buffs to attack or defense. It doesn't give you anything like that. So it's simply just to make your name look nicer and to show off a bit. Now, I'd like it. You know, I'd like to purchase the $19.99 pack, but for me, it is a little bit too much to commit to on this particular event. But if you would like to see me purchase some of the higher tier rewards in this game, then like and subscribe. Make me a whale. Now, the reason that I picked up the $4.99 tier is for one specific reason. Now, if we look at level 4, which we currently are at, and we can see with the nameplate, in the $4.99 tier, there is a reward, which is the avatar frame. Now, unlike the nameplate, this does give you a boost. So you can see at the bottom there, it gives us a troop defense boost of 2%. Now, with something like an avatar frame that gives you that permanent 2% boost that you're not going to be able to get elsewhere, I'm taking it. If I see that, I'm buying it. So as soon as I saw that in the $4.99 tier, I knew that was something that I wanted because I wasn't going to be able to get it elsewhere. And I'm glad there wasn't one of those in the $19.99 tier, because then I would have had a difficult decision to make. Now, if we go and have a look at the final tab of this event, that is the Generosity Bazaar. Now, the Generosity Bazaar is essentially the shop that you have at the end of every single event like this. And at the top, you'll see that I have 713 of the generosity emblems to spend. But the interesting thing about this particular event is that you cannot buy more emblems. So you get these emblems by doing your daily missions and using your lanterns and doing everything on that first page of the event. There is no way to buy more to be able to get more from the shop. So if you do this event properly, every single day, do all of your daily missions, use all of your lanterns, you'll get the maximum amount that you can in order to be able to spend the most that you can within the shop. Now, you'll know better than me what your account is currently lacking and what you should prioritize, but I'll tell you what I'm personally going to be prioritizing and why, because it may help you make your decisions and help you know where to focus. Now, the first three options that you can buy are the 3 Jasa emotes. Now, if you're someone who talks a lot in world chat, in your alliance chat, in group chats, then you might be tempted to buy them. For me personally, I'm not. I can see why people would, but for me, I see more value in the things that are going to help me upgrade my gear, help me get a bit stronger. So apologies, Jasa, but I'm not buying you. Now, the thing to remember is that this particular event does last 30 days. So if you play it properly every single day, you're going to have a healthy amount of those generosity emblems. So you can probably afford to buy some of the fun stuff as well as the stuff that's going to help you improve your gear and the overall strength of your account. Now, the first thing that I'm going to be focusing on without question is that custom mythic hero gear chest. Now, I'm desperate for mythic gear. I can't upgrade some of my gear. I can't ascend it using essence stones. I've got some stuck at certain levels that I can't get past where I need to use mithril, and I just need more of these. So any chance that you get to pick up a guaranteed general mythic hero gear piece, if I was you, I'd do it. So let's just buy that straight away. There's only one in the shop, and I know for sure that I definitely want that. But the next thing I'm going to focus on personally is charm designs. Now, if we look at the charm guides, it will tell you how many I have, which is 3.4 thousand. I've got a lot of charm guides. But then if we look at charm designs, I've only got 238. So there's a massive imbalance there, which always happens in this game, unfortunately. So again, any chance I have to buy charm designs, I'm going to buy them. So once I've probably bought all of the charm designs, I'm probably then going to look at the chief gear materials chest, if I could say that properly. Improving my chief gear is always going to be a priority. There are still areas that I need to work on. My infantry chief gear still isn't as strong as it should be, so that's definitely going to be something I need to work on. So any chance I get to get these chests, I'm going to take it. Now, another thing I am very tempted by is the lucky hero gear chests. Now, these chests give you a very low, and I mean very low chance of getting a mythic piece, and again, I'm stuck. I need more of these pieces, so any chance I can get to get those, I'm going to try and take it. I'm probably going to prioritize the chief gear over them, just because these chests don't give you a guarantee of those pieces. But if I've bought all of the charm designs and all of the chief gear chests, then I'm probably then going to focus on the lucky hero gear chests. But I can absolutely guarantee you that I'll buy all 30 of these, I'll open them all up, and I won't get a single mythic piece, because I never have any luck in this game, and it's just not fair. But even if there is only a tiny chance of me getting a couple of extra mythic pieces, I'm still going to try it, because it is a bottleneck for me at the moment, and it is something that I desperately need more of. But even if I don't, and I only get the lesser gear pieces, I'm still going to be able to use them for XP to continually upgrade my hero gear anyway. So the other things to look at in the store are firstly essence stones, and I'm probably going to ignore those, because if you're doing bear trap regularly, you're going to be picking up loads of essence stones. Well, I say loads, but you're going to be picking up 15 to 20 essence stones every other day anyway, which I'm doing. So it's not something I'm personally going to focus on. I mean, the 40% off does tempt me a little bit, but I think I'm still going to focus on the charm designs, the chief gear, and the hero gear first. And even then, I think my next focus would be speed ups, because you can never get too many speed ups in this game. We're constantly doing construction, you're doing research, you're doing troop training. I would say about the troop training is, if you do look at that and you think I need to train more troops, so I'm going to buy the troop speed ups, just buy the general ones, because they're more than half off and you can still use them for your troops if you want. It's a much better value for money, and I'd rather buy all 30 of those first before I then start looking at those troop training ones. So my advice to most people, and certainly the way that I'm playing it, is to first get that guaranteed mythic hero gear piece. After that, work on charm designs, work on chief gear, work on hero gear again, work on speed ups. I probably wouldn't recommend anyone buy the charm guides because most people probably have way more charm guides than they have charm designs. If you do need them, then fine, that's absolutely fine. Whatever you want to buy from the shop is up to you. But that would personally be the way that I'm going to play this. And I'm probably, over the course of the event, going to get most of this anyway. So you may end up almost maxing the shop and getting everything you need regardless. So I hope this has been helpful. Please, please, please make sure you're making the most out of these events, particularly if you are a free-to-play player or a low spender in the game. It's free rewards that you get given for doing very little in the game, so just make sure you take advantage of that and get the most out of it that you can. So you really don't have to spend anything in this particular event. If you don't want, you can certainly go and buy the 2 tiers in the Starlit Journey. But if you're looking to just get the most out of the first tier being the Blessing Lantern, and then the final one being the shop, you don't have to spend anything. Just take some time to make sure you do your daily tasks and you get the most out of it, and it will be worth it in the long run. So thanks for watching. I'll see you real soon. Now go out there and survive the whiteout. Peace.